Have you ever wondered how Taurie Cain would play as themselves? Well, look no further. I found out how.
Hello everybody, Vigo Shadow here, and welcome to the Survivor Strategies, a guide how to play exactly like how the Survivor would. Today's episode is about Taurie Cain.
I can feel the darkness. It's everywhere.
Since there's not much of a difference playing as other survivors besides noise and appearance, we will analyze the survivor's bio and their perks to get a better understanding on the type of playstyle the survivor would inhabit. Okay, now it's time to do some deeper digging. I'll be highlighting a few things in the portrait as well as the bio. So the portrait actually gives us quite a bit of information on the survivors sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and look at our portrait. It says Taurie Cain. Taurie Cain was raised as a disciple of the Black Talon cult, condemned to be a sacrifice. Now that is very unique, honestly, when it comes to like survivors. When they're condemned to be a sacrifice, that's kind of like, it's very unique. It's unheard of. But essentially her perks allow her to reveal the killer's aura, heal after being broken, and take on another survivor's hook state, which also just feels weird to me. Either way, we're going to be going into her bio a little bit, and there is a lot in the bio for her like personality. For one, it's like the cultist. You know, she's a cultist, so you know, like some cultists are, she's going to be very fixated on completing the mission or the objective of the cult. And so she's definitely a follower of the Black Talon, and you see it in numerous like dialogue or like quotes that she has too. Like, she wants to serve the Black Talon for sure.
I have always been loyal. Let me serve.
She was willing to, like, you know, she approached a young man with a dagger, and she's never killed anyone before. She did hesitate, but she was still ready to do it. So she was just about to do it, and then the entity just swipes her up. So it's just like, you know, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, she's definitely like more of a follower for sure. But what really sticks out is the ritual. You know, she is very ritualistic, so that's what we're going to be adapting into our playstyle. And a lot of it is just like background about the Black Talon and her older brother and some family dynamics too. But that's all we can really get without going too deep into her lore. Her lore is very interesting though. But yeah, let's move on to the perks and see if we can get any more clues as to how her playstyle is. So let's go over Taurie Cain's perks next. The first perk we actually have here is actually an invocation perk, Treacherous Crows. One with arcane knowledge has no reason to fear those watchful birds. When in the basement, near a circle, press the ability button 2 to begin the invocation. Invocations take 60 seconds. Other survivors will see your aura during this and can join in on the interaction. Once the invocation is complete, you become injured for the rest of the trial with the broken status effect. When a survivor's in the tear radius and the killer scares a crow, their aura is revealed to all survivors for 2 seconds. Completing the invocation disables that perk for all survivors. Broken, we already know that. Remember your training. They taught you all about the crows. And that's really a really unique dialogue there, because there's connection between the Black Talon, the Black Talon's training, and the entity's realm. So it's almost like when she was going to kill the guy, she became the sacrifice, which I'm sure that's probably what it is. She knows about the crows already, and it was part of her training. Next perk, moving on. Clean break. At the end of the day, everyone has to look out for themselves. After you finish healing another survivor while being healed by another survivor, press the ability button 1 to gain the broken status effect. After 60 seconds, you become healthy. Perk does not activate if you're already broken. It's canceled if you go into dying state. I'll be fine. Don't stick your neck out for me. Now, that whole perk, both the text at the top and the bottom, her own quote, really speak to her character, which I like. Next one, moving on, is Shoulder the Burden. Born to be a disciple, ready to submit to a greater cause. This is your calling. Once per trial, as long as you're not on death hook, press the ability button 2 in front of a hook survivor to unhook them. When they are unhooked, they lose 1 hook state and you gain 1 hook state. You also scream and gain the exposed status effect for 40 seconds. It's not your time yet. Now go on. Taurie Cain. Now, honestly, these perks, I'm not trying to yap too much about it, but like, honestly, they are so conflicting. Clean break, with the text, it says, "I'll be fine, don't stick out your neck for me." So it's pushing survivors away because essentially you're willing to help others by healing them, but then as soon as they go to heal you, you're like, no, I could do it myself. And you go off broken, which is really unique. Shoulder the burden is also another one where you're helping another person by taking a hook state for them and then just telling them to go. So essentially, I think she has, what I think is that she doesn't really have a faith in a lot of others because others around her have died. So she's willing to take the brunt of everything. If you know a little bit more about our lore, she goes into this thing called the bleed so often. And just like she keeps going there despite of how dangerous it is. And then this last one is like pretty much a ritual, so it's kind of self-explanatory for her perk there. Let's move on to the next part of the video here, where we talk about her playstyle. After reading around, we can now establish the playstyle that Taurie Cain would gravitate towards the most. I pulled up an image that references various other playstyles, and after what we know, I decided that Taurie is actually very unique, and I had to create a new category for her in itself. It is the sacrifice. She plays a category called the sacrifice. She plays by her own rules and is very ritualistic, so we're going to be doing an invocation as well, so we're going to try to get that to activate. But you're doing a lot of things that is going to progress yourself getting closer to death, which is honestly insane, and I think it's really awesome too. But if I were to pick any of the categories that I did list, I think she does fit the lone wolf category the most, I would say, but it does conflict with her perks because 2 of her perks require her to heal others and help others. So she is willing, and then it says even at the end of the day, everyone has to look out for themselves. So she definitely is a lone wolf when it comes to doing the objective, but she will help others in the trial. She probably views it as a hindrance. So she'll do the heal because she probably doesn't trust them going off injured, but she'll go off injured, which is crazy. And then also you're taking a hook state so you can keep others in the trial, probably because she has a lot of faith in herself. So yeah, honestly, it's very unique. She may fall in the egotist category, but that, I don't know. She's not really self-centered enough because she is continuously going to help survivors with her perks backing that up. But yeah, anyway, she fits into the sacrifice category the most. So that's the entirely new category. We're going to be mainly getting all these perks to activate and doing this ritual, and then her job is pretty much done. Now that we know the type of playstyle that Taurie favors, we can now establish what Taurie's priorities are. In Dead by Daylight, there are 4 categories, and within these categories, we can understand what the survivor deems as a priority based on what we know. Now, this is very confusing because Taurie's main priority would be none of these categories. Yeah, plot twist. Essentially, she's going to be playing off of her own rules. None of these priorities really matter to her. You could argue altruism because of the clean break and the shoulder the burden, making you help others, taking away a hook state, and healing so that you can benefit. But honestly, no. I think what her main thing is like not really necessarily escaping the trial, because even in her portrait, it does say she's condemned to be a sacrifice. So we're playing the role as a sacrifice. So we can use the crows and do a ritual with the crows. So that's probably what she's going to fixate towards. But we want to make sure we get these 2 other perks to activate as well. But yeah, her main priority is going to be kind of just helping others get out and allowing herself to be the sacrifice and completing a ritual while she's at it. So yeah, she's playing by her own rules, to be honest. Yeah. So before we play, there's a couple things that we're going to have to hammer down. First, we're going to play like the survivor would, and that is very interesting because Taurie kind of goes by a very unique playstyle, which is the sacrifice. So essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to take the killer's attention and kind of get that away from other survivors, or like accelerate and do gens so that we can get out of the trial quicker. Honestly, whatever makes it easier for like the other survivors to get out. Because like we see it in our perks here too, like clean break and shoulder the burden. It's like healing survivors and saving them from the hook is more of like a hindrance or like annoyance to her. So essentially, yeah, probably taking the killer's attention is going to be a little bit more favorable. She's been in the bleed with a bunch of different dangerous scenarios, so she probably prefers to be taking the killer's attention. Secondly, we're going to get all of these perks to activate. So yeah, we're going to be doing an invocation sometime in the trial with the Treacherous Crows. So we're going to go to the basement for that. We're going to do clean break where we're healing another survivor when we finish the heal. And then when they're trying to heal us, we're just going to break away and just say, fuck you, and then heal ourselves. And then lastly, we're going to have shoulder the burden where we're going to take away somebody else's hook state so that they can stay in the trial longer and we can take that burden. So yeah, we'll see you in the match. All right, we are in the match, the game, Gideon Meat Plant, and we have all the survivors right here. Corrupt intervention just happened right there, but we're gonna go ahead and run out and see where we can find our next gen here. Instead of focusing on like the match priorities itself, we're actually gonna focus on Taurie's own set of priorities, which the knight is already here, already on us. Surprised he hasn't summoned anything yet, but he wants to probably get his free hit in. Okay, we're able to throw down a pallet, give him some trouble. I don't think he follows us. He might summon something here, and if, in that case, 11 might get... Okay, maybe he doesn't. He has a hex. Okay, that's pretty bad. She's seen the hex, too. Okay. Go ahead. Alright, luckily that does not trigger, so we basically made him waste that. Let's see. Okay, he did come down fully. He's after us again. Alright, let's see if we can waste as much of his time as we can again. Not trying to go killer focus, but he might cut chase, maybe? If he does, no, he's still on us. He has us trapped here. Yeah, this is a pretty good spot to kind of... Oh, he does not use that opportunity to throw down one of his guards. Okay, that'll definitely attach to us. We could probably take the hit. We take the hit and they go away. They were able to get that hex done, which is great. We're just gonna have to run them down in the basement here, or on the bottom floor. See how much we can actually do. He'll go ahead and summon somebody to break that. Carnifex, good choice. Oop, I did not mean to have run the killer to this 11. There's just a lot of places to run down here. She does use a fog vial. Is she run? Dustin's here too. Ooh, that's really bad. He might have nowhere to hide, so we don't want to really mess with that. We also have shoulder the burden as well. So yeah, we want to get shoulder the burden to activate. I know I'm not really on a gen right now because I kind of want to go back to their gen. Let's actually do a top floor gen in the meantime. Not directly in the middle because that's just a lot of traffic. He's going to bless a totem. We're going to try to go to 11, and we want to try to get clean break to activate because that's a very hard perk to activate on its own. I do have a pallet there. Circle of healing, nice. We get to see where the injureds are. Dustin's right there. Actually, let's go ahead and heal Dustin. We might be able to heal him with clean break. Here. All right, let me heal him first. Nice, we get a really good effect here. And we could use clean break, so I'm kind of curious because I've never actually had this perk activate. Clean break. We just say screw him and leave. That's kind of a weird perk to activate, but after 60 seconds, we should be good to go. It would have been faster to just mainly heal. After Dustin, nice. Does the killer go after us, though? So far, so good. We want to make sure we get on gens and try to complete at least one generator. Especially since Dustin is taking the heavy amount of chase. 11 did too, and I kind of lured the killer around a while. Surprised the gen's not done yet.
Okay, Dustin goes down. I'll probably go and get him so we can try to do a shoulder the burden. Even though he's not really on Death Hook, it might be more strategic to use it for Death Hook, but I think we want to just activate our perks right away as Taurie. So we can go ahead and make that happen, maybe after this generator. If somebody gets him, oh well. Yeah, we just healed. That's a long time to go broken. I think the killer probably hears the generator. I'm going to be surprised if he doesn't. Yep. Okay, the Carnifex is on us. That generator was very close to being done. Might be able to... Okay, yeah, he gets the hit off. He gets the hit off. The Carnifex goes away. We need somebody else to go take him. Damn. Alright, well, we get the assassin on us, so hopefully that ain't too bad. Might be able to just do that, because then we had to throw a pallet, otherwise it would get us. Knight's still on us. Really crazy. We can go ahead and pre-throw. Yeah, why not? We're just going to go ahead and pre-throw. He's going to have to break that. Gives us a lot of time. Oh, wow. Okay, we actually get him there. He's probably really miffed about that one. He'll use the Carnifex to break it out again. We get one gen done. So close to actually getting my other gen done, but which is still very so 99. He cut chase. All right, nice. We might be able to get our gen done. That's a very close generator to being done. I think if we're lucky, we get clean break to activate again. He stomped out that boon, too, of that circle of healing. So far, so good. I don't want fingers crossed, though. Okay, he spots me again, so I'm going to have to take yet another chase again. Probably doesn't expect me to go back around. Nice. He misses this. I'll still lead him into the corner of the upstairs. He wasted his summon. He could probably just throw down another one, which is going to really screw me here. Yeah, he'll lay it down, but I'll go to the other side so that hopefully I don't catch any hands. Does he know where I'm at? Oh yeah, he knows. But we're going to still lead him on a wild chase still. Why not? Okay, let's go down to here. I might be able to make it. They broke this pallet already. Oh, I'm screwed. Yeah, I couldn't maneuver through that slim hallway. I don't know who used up that pallet, but I should have went for that other one, but he could definitely mind game around it. I mean, it's about time I take a hook, really. I'm going to try not to get hooked the next time, though, because I really want to use Shoulder the Burden, which will put me that much closer to death, but I'll probably use my Invocation at that point. Oh, yeah, Dustin's around my hook. Almost was going to get me, but it seems like the Knight's really protecting. Gens are getting done, which is nice, so 1175% on that gen. Dustin's in chase. Thing will probably get me here. We'll take that. Alright, we'll probably go over here and then try to go for a heal with the safety of the pallet. Yeah, I'll take a heal. Alright, we're going to take the heal from Fang here. And then if Dustin gets on that hook, we can go ahead and use that Shoulder the Burden. So I will definitely be using on them. I'll probably have Fang get on another gen here if we can. See if I'll tell her to go. I'm not sure which way. It's some way. I don't remember. I think my inputs are also messed up. Okay, the killer's also on 11. Whoever does go down, I will try to prioritize to use Shoulder the Burden. I just don't want to catch hands with the Knight right now. He did not realize I was here. I get out of line of sight of that too. Dang, that's kind of crazy. Dustin's on a gen 2. Okay, he highlighted it for us. That highlighted gen is already like 50% done. We'll start on the middle top, but hold our breath. Yeah, I definitely want to get that gen done. If 11 goes here, it's kind of pointless to do the Treacherous Crows. right now, but 11's doing a really good job trying to chase. Okay, we're all 3 on different separate gens, so that's actually nice because that puts a lot of pressure. Knight really excels at trying to keep control over gens. So he might have a close eye on mine. Hopefully mine, because mine's right in the middle. Is he still chasing 11, I wonder? Or did 11 lose him that bad? Okay, wow, alright. Oh, he goes on Dustin. Alright, I will be the one that unhooks him. Because I want to use Shoulder the Burden bad. Does he go up? He goes down, actually. He'll probably go back to that gen. We'll go ahead and Shoulder the Burden right here. We take a hook state. I actually get exposed. He might go back. I'm gonna do an invocation. Fang's 50% on a gen. My gen in the middle was, oh wait. Yeah, she's on a different gen and Dustin's back on his gen. I will go ahead and do an invocation in the basement. Let's see what we could do here. It's gonna take a full minute to do, which is a very bad play, but I'm gonna do this because it is part of Taurie's ritual. Really good, nice. Dustin, okay, yep, she opens it right away, that's good. All right, I am broken, so we'll see how well that goes. We have Treacherous Crows now activated. If his aura gets red, that could be good. We know he's carrying him at the moment. Fang's healing 11 too, that's good too. He might stick around the hook, I'm really willing to bet. I don't think he has any other reason to not. Okay, I'm gonna try to go for that other gate probably. Oh, yep, one of the things went on Fang. Okay, yep. Actually, we get a little bit of use out of the Treacherous Crows. Oh, dang. They both get injured. Oh, Dustin gets hit. Nice. Even if I tank this one, it's still good. I see 11. Dustin's not going for the gate. What is he doing? I have no idea what he's doing. All right. He goes down for sure. Oh, 11 goes down for sure. Dustin, is he just completely blind? Is he missing the gate on purpose? All right, let's go ahead. Yep, double heal. Let's double heal so he can at least get 11 out. He might pick... Okay. All right. We see him with Treacherous Crows a little bit. 11's really playing weird. I just don't understand it. She might be trying to get Dustin out, but I think he's using Dustin as bait. Okay. He gets up. Fang takes a hit. We should all be trying to get out. He picks up 11, so there's not really a good time to, more than anything, to get out now. Since I have to be the sacrifice, I kind of have to stick around. Even if I do die. Dumb mistakes. Okay, we see him with Treacherous Crow. We could probably run. I'm gonna run. Let Fang get to the exit gate. She can go. 11. Wow. Okay, they pluck her. Okay. Yep. She's got to get out. Ooh, no. I guess that gives us time for her to reset. Dang. All right. He knows where I'm at. I don't know how close she is. I don't think I can take a hit, unfortunately. I think she'd still be wiggling. Let me lead him away. Oh, that's actually towards. I might still... Yep, I still have a pallet here. I could become the final distraction. He can't get around that. Oh, wait. Yep, Fang's trying. I'm going to save you, Fang. Get out. I'm going to become the sacrifice. This is perfect. Go! Go now, go! Don't let it be in vain. She might make it. She might make it. If she makes it, this is great. This is what we want. Holy crap. She gets out. Oh my god. No way. No way that just happened. with all those shenanigans at the end, we were able to get everybody out. Wow, what a play, what a play. I can't believe Dustin and 11 just like, they just up and dipped. They were probably like in a survive with friends, like a team. But honestly, that couldn't have gone any more perfect in a match than I thought. Especially for Taurie, because we were able to stick around. We got full usage out of everything. I thought we were going to get not a lot of usage with Treacherous Crows in the beginning, because we activated that literally as the gen popped, or like a couple seconds after the gen popped, so I'm like, this is going to be a waste. But it gave very valuable information towards the other survivors, so they knew where the killer was while I was in chase, while he was scaring crows, which was nice. I was able to lead the killer away from Dustin and 11 that were doing that gate, and then we were able to somehow have enough distance to rescue Fang and get her out. That went perfect, and then we played our role as Taurie by becoming the sacrifice, and that is how you play Taurie Cain with her very unique playstyle. Thanks for watching. Vigo signing off.